preparing stream. Setting up your webinar for Facebook Live. Redirecting to live page. Okay. There it goes. Setting up your webinar for Facebook Live. Redirecting to live page. Okay. And now I've got feedback. There we go. So we're just going to give it a few moments while everybody has an opportunity to jump on here. We've had a lot of excitement and a lot of people that reached out to us, and they were really interested in learning more about essential oils. So we started at 6, so we're just going to make sure that everyone has time to jump on. So if you're here with us this evening, take a moment and grab your favorite drink and get comfortable. Make sure that you have some pen and paper, because Brooke and I are known for giving out some great tips, and we want to make sure that you guys can jot them all down. We are definitely available, so if there's something that you wanted us to expand upon after the webinar, we'd be more than happy to reach out to you guys. So we'll just give it a moment here while everyone pops on, so that we can go through our information and our material. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. So let me introduce myself. My name is Hope Geyer, and I am an essential oil leader and educator. And I have a doTERRA essential oil business, and I'm based out of California. And my partner in crime, Brooke, is here with us as well. And she is from Texas. So we love to be able to jump on and Zoom chat and co-host these together. And we also have our fearless leader, Felissa, and she is also from Texas as well. I wouldn't be able to do any of this, and I wouldn't be here without these ladies to be able to help me. That's absolutely for sure. So I'm so glad that you guys could take your time out of your busy evening. We know that you guys have a ton of stuff to do, and I'm super excited that you guys were able to jump on and join us. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing that I want to cover, and I want to make sure that you guys understand that these products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Please know that this information is not intended to be used to substitute the advice of your healthcare professional or replace that, rather to use in conjunction. And we do feel that these products are intended to supplement, support your health and your wellness. So let's go ahead and get started on our information. So where did wellness from plants come from? So it's interesting to point out that essential oils are some of the oldest and the most powerful therapeutic agents known to man. As early as ancient Egypt, through to the time of Christ and down to the Dark Ages and the 20th century, they have been used for medicinal purposes. So if they've been around for a while, why are people now starting to lean on these natural solutions? Well, it's interesting to point out that these natural solutions are not only a low-cost option, but they're also non-toxic. They're simple and they work. They're effective. There's no doubt that allopathic medicine works well, especially in the case of trauma and emergency, but it's much less effective when it comes to prevention for any type of issues, emotional, spiritual needs. There are ways where natural options excel. To most of the world's population, alternative medicine is not alternative at all. Rather, it's the basis for their healthcare system. With Western trained physicians, alternative medicine is something that is not taught in medical schools and something that allopathic doctors don't do. Alternative options can encompass a very large array of different systems and therapies. Keep in mind that most pharmaceuticals are synthetic based. Essential oils are natural and they don't come with most of the negative side effects. Modern technology has made extraction and delivery of these age-old antidotes possible. So why did I get started? I'm going to tell you my story, and then Brooke's also going to tell you her story as to why she got started. I started using essential oils about 3 years ago to support some health issues and to manage stress. At the time, I had surgery to remove a benign tumor and I had some nerve damage. I really wanted to find a natural way to help support my body in the healing of that. And if you're familiar with nerve damage, it can take a long time to heal, if it ever really does heal at all. And I wanted to be able to give my body the best opportunity to be able to follow a healing path. So I wish I had come across this information a lot sooner, to be honest with you. I'm really excited to be able to be here today and impart some of my knowledge about essential oils, and I hope that you guys can pick up on information to empower you. We'd love to hear from Brooke as to how she got started in essential oils.
Hi, guys. Okay, so I got started with essential oils. I started dabbling in it at about 2 years ago, but I didn't really get invested in it time-wise until about almost a year and a half ago. And it was mainly because I saw all the benefits that it could have for me and have for my soon-to-be daughter. I was pregnant when I started doing this, and the results that I got from it were amazing. I started taking the LLV as a daily supplement, and I got rave reviews from my midwife for doing so. My blood always came back fine, things like that. But it was really eye-opening to see that I didn't have to go the traditional route in pregnancy and things like that in order to stay healthy and do the best that I could for my baby. And now I have a healthy 9-month-old, so I must have done something right.
You did, definitely. She's absolutely sweet. She's so cute. Well, that's fantastic. So let's hop into a little bit about what essential oils are. So you've probably heard of essential oils. If you haven't, you're living under a rock. They're absolutely available everywhere. But you might have a perception of what you think essential oils are, but let's go into what they actually are. So essential oils are the natural extracts of the life-protecting fluids or the oil sacs of natural vegetation. The plants develop their own protection against pathogens in the environment, which is stored in these oil sacs. So if you've ever brushed up against a lavender plant and you've smelled the aroma, you actually release the essential oil of that lavender plant. These oils are extracted from the plant material through steam distillation, or they might be cold pressed. Depending on the plant, this can be from the flowers, the leaves, the rind, the resin, the bark, or the roots of the plant. They are extracted in highly concentrated form, and they can be used in a number of ways to protect and aid yourself. These oils have supercharged potency, 50 to 70 times more powerful than their herbal counterparts. Actually, 1 drop of peppermint oil can equal 28 cups of peppermint tea. We talked about cost effectiveness in the beginning. 1 drop of peppermint oil is only 8 cents a drop. And in our 15 milliliter bottle of our peppermint oil, there's roughly about 250 drops. So you can see how these natural solutions can be used extremely cost effective to help support yourself and your family. So peppermint is a great oil. We use it for energizing and uplifting to help cool the body when it's really, really warm outside. And it also helps combat head tension and relieve motion sickness and nausea. So it's interesting to point out too that essential oils are actually very complex. Many of the natural oils have some of the strongest antibacterial, antiviral, and antifungal properties. In addition, many have aromatic properties that work with the human limbic system to stimulate powerful calming and balancing results. Essential oils are lipophilic, and they interact with the body chemistry on a cellular level. They're small molecules that can quickly reach the cells of the body. These powerful plant constituents promote a safe and natural alternative. The multiple compounds make the oils very versatile, and the complexity means that they're unlikely to develop a resistance. If you look at the image on the bottle of the lavender oil in the slide that we have, you can actually see all of the many compounds that go into making that essential oil for lavender. This actually is a great highlight of how complex nature is. Our lavender is a great oil to help soothe emotions, calm irritated skin. It's great to support restful sleep, can help relieve minor skin irritations and combat seasonal threats. So now you know a little bit about what essential oils are and how complex they are. Why are we only talking about doTERRA? Why are we here only talking about doTERRA? Well, it's really important to point out that there is no standardization for essential oil labeling or the quality of the essential oil product. There's literally no governing body. When you see the many companies that are starting to enter the market, cheaper is not always better. Buying an essential oil from a Whole Foods store does not guarantee that you're going to have any therapeutic benefits from it at all. In fact, testing on some of these oils has shown them to be diluted or maybe synthetic at best. Remember, essential oils have the ability to pass through the cell membrane. You want to make sure that you're using something that's pure. So that sounds great. That's fantastic. But how does doTERRA actually make sure that they're giving a pure product? So doTERRA actually has an answer for this rogue approach that the essential oil industry is taking. They have set themselves apart as the leader in our industry. You could actually argue that they are the largest essential oil provider in the country, if not the world. Their CPTG testing, that stands for Certified Pure Therapeutic Grade, it sets the bar for purity, potency, it's verified pure. In fact, it's beyond organic when you take into consideration the broad spectrum of organic standards in the US and internationally. Their oils are free from fillers, pesticides, foreign contaminants, and they use stringent and rigorous testing to ensure these standards. How do I know that I'm telling you the truth? They have published a website, sourcetoyou.com, and I encourage you to jump on so that you can learn how they actually source their materials and produce them. But once you get started this evening with us and you join doTERRA and you have your first bottle of essential oil, you'll actually be able to flip it over and look at the bottom of the bottle and put in a quality control number, and they will prove to you by showing you the third-party testing signed off what is making up that bottle of essential oil. That's how I know. That's how I believe in this company. That's how I know that the product that I'm using is pure. And I will tell you, I don't know of any other company that is actually doing that. They have really definitely set the bar. But they don't stop there. They use co-impact sourcing, and this is actually a pretty cool thing. They are able to provide, they sustainably source all of their high quality plant material, but by doing that, they also stimulate international economies as a result. So it's interesting to point out, doTERRA doesn't use a third-party oil broker. They actually choose the location where their plant material thrives. This gives them the opportunity to not only improve the individual aspect of that farmer, but also the social, economic, and the environmental well-being of the community while producing a quality essential oil. So you can see it goes hand in hand. Sourcing their materials, making sure that they're grown properly, actually giving back to the communities where they source them from, and going through rigorous testing. It doesn't start from one or start at the end. It goes through the entire process. doTERRA actually is a company that has a broader vision of not only improving the lives of those that use and benefit from their oils, but that to those who contribute to their essential oils. So now that we've learned what essential oils are and all the amazing benefits and reasons for choosing doTERRA, are you ready to actually learn a little bit about the products? Now that I'm on my soapbox and I've gone over all of this information, you're probably wondering, that's great. What else do you guys have to offer? So if you remember at the beginning of our webinar, I asked you guys to think about areas in your life that you might want to explore some natural options. I'm sure there was a reason why you joined us tonight. So you probably have some of those in the back of your mind. Jot them down. Maybe you're looking for better sleep. Maybe you want to gain more energy or support healthy digestion or support your hair, skin, and your nails, or have more healthy respiratory support for seasonal threats or boost your mood. So in the next few slides, we're actually going to go over a healthy foundation, some of our products that we have, and we're going to go through our most popular essential oils that we have available in our kits. So when you consider the part of a holistic lifestyle, it actually starts with a healthy foundation. If you look at using natural solutions, approaching this method with maintaining unhealthy patterns, you're not really going to have the results that you're hoping for. You can think garbage in, garbage out. So the most effective way to use essential oils is to have all the tools in your body and put them to work properly. Essential oils work best when you support your health with a strong foundation in place. So if you take a look at the pyramid graphic that we have on this slide, it's actually to show you how each building block supports the other. The base starts with eating right. Built upon that is exercise and weight management. On top of that is rest and managing your stress and reducing your toxic load by providing a strong lifestyle foundation. Then on top of that, informed self-care and proactive medical care, the healthcare blocks are built on top of those strong foundations. So you can actually see how taking care of yourself is the best way to start, and adding the natural solutions while you're also informed, it helps with your healthcare. It gives you greater benefit of the options and solutions that you're going for. So in order for the essential oils to affect change, this foundation is really important. The use of essential oils is primarily a self-help model. Many of the conditions may find help with simple common sense use of the oils. Other conditions might not be as straightforward. A lot of people find that with time and experience, they actually come to understand their body and what it's asking for, and they get a common sense education, or they develop a way of being able to use the oils and application techniques that have the most positive impact. It's true that each person is unique and they may respond to an oil slightly different than others. This is why there will be oftentimes a number of oils or blends that may have similar applications. So it's necessary to experiment to find the most effective combination. It's time to start thinking of healthcare that is built on a foundation of lifestyle. So you guys have heard me enough. We're going to pop into the LLV, and Brooke is going to go over our lifelong vitality.
Hi. Okay. So I have my notes over here. So if anyone sees me looking down, I can't make a screen share on my laptop. So we're going to talk about a healthy baseline first. And not all multivitamins are created equal. In fact, some are not designed to be fully absorbed. So all the synthetic minerals that they're putting into these vitamins are not going to be absorbed. They're going to go through your excretory system. You might find those hard-packed pills hurt your stomach, and in fact, your stomach may not break them down to be absorbed properly. And a lot of times, stomach acid will eat it before it even gets absorbed right. Our lifelong vitality supplements are multivitamin revolution. They, sorry, I can't see apparently today. Let's see. Okay, so doTERRA is an essential oil company, but our customers have come to realize that a healthy foundation is not a gimmick, and our LLV is actually our #1 product. It comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. You could finish all the product and still not be satisfied, return the bottles empty, and return the bottles empty, and they will honor that. These are naturally balanced supplements formulated to provide you with potent levels of essential nutrients and powerful metabolic factors. For optimal health, energy, and longevity, they are formulated with FDA generally recognized as safe ingredients, tested for purity and good manufacturing practices, facilities to ensure safe products with consistent potency and performance. This is really important to me as a consumer because we don't want inconsistency in the things that we're putting in our body. So we really want to think about that before we try to consume anything. Even things that go on our skin get into our system. And so we really want to think about that before we make that decision. Let's see. They are made with vegetable capsules and soft gels, non-GMO, gluten-free, dairy-free, and gentle on the stomach, which is very important for me, especially when I was pregnant. Anything could make me sick at any given moment. And so the fact that it was gentle on my stomach meant a lot to me, because I might not want to eat with my vitamins right at that moment, and I could take it without it upsetting my stomach, and that meant a lot to me.
Exactly.
I definitely a lot of my synthetic vitamins that I took. They help support liver, lung, respiratory health, and as well as eye, brain, nervous system, and cardiovascular health, provide bone health, and support immune functions and energy metabolism. And so that, and as you can see on the image on the computer, these 3 vitamins combined are a lot of the necessary things that we lack, even especially with our diets. As Americans, we do not have great diets, and these are the things that are essential to us living a healthier lifestyle. And so Hope is going to take over, and then I'll go over some of the oils at the end.
And that's absolutely right. I mean, if you take a look at the American standard diet, it's really lacking in a lot of things. And when you reflect back to the healthy lifestyle pyramid, eating right is like the foundation. And these supplements are far superior from a lot of supplements that you'll find on the market. And the cool thing is we now have them available in a vegan formula. So we were really excited about that. Our number one product, we're an essential oil company, and our lifelong vitality supplements are our number one product. So that has to tell you that eating right foundation, it actually means something to a lot of people. And then we're going to talk a little bit about some of the tips and tricks when you order with us. When you join with us tonight and we set up your wholesale account, you'll actually be able to get wholesale pricing on our supplements. And then the cool thing that we have is you can add on 3 other additional supplements when you do the LLV vitamins, and you order them a certain way. You can actually bundle the product and save a lot of money. So we just wanted to point that out. And it is pretty cool too. We do have children's supplements. We have children's probiotic. We have children's multivitamin, as well as essential omegas. So just wanted to point that out to you guys as well. So now let's talk a little bit about how you would actually use essential oils. So we went over what essential oils are. Now we can talk a little bit about the different ways that you can actually use them. We do have 3 basic modes of use. So the most common one would be to use them aromatically. And it's important to point out that it takes 22 seconds for the oils to actually reach the brain and unlock the amygdala. The aromatic molecules have direct access to the limbic area, or the emotional seat of the brain. Outside of supporting respiratory or cleaning the air, breathing in and smelling an essential oil can have a powerful effect on us emotionally and physically. Some can be very stimulating, while others can be calming and soothing. So you can use a diffuser that we have. They're cold air diffusers that vibrate, and they put the mist into the air. You can, in a moment of need, just take a bottle and drop some in your hand and cup your hands over and just breathe in all the benefits. So those are some of the different ways that you can use them aromatically. That's pretty basic and straightforward. So secondly, you can actually use them topically. And not a lot of people think
my favorite.
Mine too. I'm like all about like, come on, give them to me. I need it right now. So it's really interesting to point out that topically, essential oils can actually stimulate self-repair. They're easily absorbed into the skin to help support your health. It only takes 2 minutes for the oil to actually reach your bloodstream, and 20 minutes to have an effect on all of your cells. So remember, quality matters. think of the other products that you might actually be using that are synthetic. So imagine now using those and them having the ability to reach your blood system within 2 minutes. It's actually kind of scary. When you use them topically, you can use a carrier oil like a fractionated coconut oil, and that's just essentially coconut oil with the fat fractionated out, so it doesn't solidify, it doesn't have any odor, it's greaseless, it doesn't stain. It's a fantastic way to not only have your essential oils really, extend their use, I guess you could say. Instead of overusing like 5 drops, you could actually use 1 drop with a small little dime amount of fractionated coconut oil, and it gives you the ability to actually apply them over a larger surface of your body. And it's also great to help dilute if you're going to use them with children or adults that might have sensitive skin. And I know Brooke's real familiar with that with her daughter as well.
I do have a comment about that, is that by diluting it, you are not diluting the effectiveness of the product that you're using.
Yes.
It actually helps the effectiveness, because the oil and the fractionated coconut oil binds to the essential oil and absorbs into your skin faster, because these are aromatic oils. They will dissipate into the air faster than they absorb into your skin without that added oil to it. So that is a really great thing to invest in if you do decide to order. Investing in that is one of the musts, in my opinion.
It does. It makes so much sense, because it just gives you, just better localized benefits, dilutes them for sensitivity. And like Brooke said, it gets them into your system a lot faster. And it doesn't really make, when we say diluted, it doesn't make them less effective. It just actually makes them go farther for you. And you experience better therapeutic benefits from them. Mm-hmm. So the third way that we use essential oils is internally. So internally, essential oils can actually balance chemical reactions. I would never recommend to anyone using essential oils internally that are not CPTG oils or doTERRA oils. That's my own personal, I never would, and I would never recommend that to anyone else, because I believe in the product and what we went over, how they source their materials and test them. So, but not all essential oils are actually suitable for internal use. And when you get your bottles, you'll actually see on them, they'll have a supplement facts. There will be bottles that have supplement facts and bottles that don't have supplement facts. It doesn't make the essential oil dangerous. It just means that it has no therapeutic benefits being taken internally. Wintergreen, for example, is very aromatic. It's very warming and very soothing if you have sore muscles, but it's not going to do anything for you to take it internally. So that's what I mean in terms of some essential oils benefit well internally, and some are really just better for topical and for aromatic. So the ways that you can take them is you can put a drop in water, make sure it's glass, don't use plastic. We also have veggie caps that we sell where you can drop a few in. And what I like to do is put a few drops of my essential oils, whatever I'm going to do in the veggie caps, and I fill the rest up with our children's iOmega, just so it has a nice buffer and it fills up the cap, and I take it with a full glass of water. You can also go under the tongue. A lot of people will do like a drop of frankincense under the tongue first thing when they wake up in the morning. It's a great way to use it as well. So I have one more slide to get into before Brooke's going to go over our most popular essential oils that are in our kits. And we just wanted to touch briefly on essential oil safety. So it's pretty basic. So you never want to get the essential oils in your eyes, never drop them into your eyes or your ears or your nose. So just think about sensitive skin areas that that are just, very sensitive to those things. Keep the essential oils away from that. They don't have any therapeutic benefits to be in your eyes. They don't belong in your eyes. So don't put them in your eyes. Citrus oils can be photosensitive. So make sure if you're going to use those topically, you're going to want to avoid sun exposure, and then dilute your essential oil with the fractionated coconut oil to have a more positive experience, and especially with children, elderly people, or those that might have sensitive skin. If you look at the age ratio recommendation on this slide, This roller bottle, the tall one, represents 10 milliliters. So if you were to fill up this entire 10 milliliter bottle, you would only need a quarter of that with essential oils for 2 years and younger. And that's probably only a few drops. 2 to 6 years, you'd only want a third of that with essential oils, and 6 years and above, you'd really only want half. The rest is going to go with your fractionated coconut oil. So that's just a good rule of thumb. We do have other dilution charts available as well. So reach out to Brooke or myself and we can definitely get that to you. But we wanted to put that on there so that you guys had a general basis for safety as well.
The easiest way I can remember for dilution is never any more than 10 drops of oil per 10 milliliter roller bottle.
Perfect.
And so that makes it 10 and 10. And so it makes it a lot easier. For little ones like my daughter, she's 9 months old. And so I maybe will put 2 in a 10 milliliter bottle for her. And it just really depends. I know what she can handle because I am her mother.
Yeah.
So always start lower, and you can always increase more. Just because it isn't working with the 1 or 2 drops doesn't mean that it's not going to work. You can either apply it more often or increase it a little bit, seeing as said person does not have an adverse reaction.
Yeah, exactly. And that's a great point to bring up, is like we had talked in the beginning that not everyone's the same, and it's important to listen to your body, and it's important to listen to the body of your child and kind of know and understand as well. Mm-hmm. And they have little body systems, you know, they're not a full size, 120-pound adult. They're little. So just like with a small pet, it doesn't take much to go through their system, so they don't need as much. So, all right, Brooke's going to take it off and she's going to go through our most popular essential oils, kind of detailing them and giving a little bit of tips and tricks about how she uses them as well. And then just indicate to me, Brooke, when you want me to pop on to the next slide.
Okay. So as you'll see here, these are the oils that we're going to go over: lemon, frankincense, melaleuca, On Guard, digestin, deep blue, breathe, and balance. These are like the top 8 must-haves in everyone's doTERRA collection, and I completely agree with that. With a few more, of course. But so we're gonna start with lemon. If you go to the next one. Okay. So lemon, there are so many uses for lemon. There is a handout out there for 101 uses for lemon, lavender, and peppermint, because you can use it for so many things. One of the best things of oils for me is that I love the fact that I can drop some lemon in my water. I have made the lemon bars with the lemon oil, and it is awesome. And then I can also use it for a cleaner. And so, because that's what these things are meant to do in the first place. And so lemon is meant to clean and freshen, soothes an irritated throat, neutralizes odors, elevates mood, antioxidant and detoxifier, and clean surfaces. I knew this growing up, was told this growing up, but citruses have a natural cleaner in them. That's why you have orange cleaner, and that's why you have lemon scented things all the time. You can even use lemon to polish your wood furniture, which I think is absolutely awesome, but that's just me. I have a 9-month-old that wants to put her mouth on everything. I'm not going to go and put this chemical spray aerosol all over my furniture just for her to lick. No, thank you.
Exactly.
So lemon is a really great one that we can use, and lemon will actually eat away at anything that's not organic. So put that in a styrofoam cup and a little bit of water. It will eat your styrofoam cup. So just don't put it in plastic or styrofoam. Use it in glass. And only imagine what kind of business it will do to the inorganic things inside your body. It's not going to harm your intestines, but it will take away the things that are not inorganic in there.
Exactly.
Next slide, please.
All right.
Okay, frankincense. This is what we call the king of oils because it truly is. Um, Powerful and versatile, cleans cuts and bites, calms stress and tension, supports immune function, lifts mood and awareness. So I used frankincense the most probably after my daughter was born. It is one of the more expensive oils, but it is so worth it. I would put it in a veggie cap a few days after I had her for about 4 or 5 days. And I put it in a veggie cap and took it internally. And to me, it was just helping that process of my body healing from the inside out, and just putting it on a healthier pathway to get there maybe a little bit faster because life kept going. And so I needed to too. Frankincense is very calming. If I'm having trouble resting, then this is something that I really like to use if nothing else is working. And this is what I'll go for. And it's just very versatile. I used it on my dog. I've used it on my cat. I've used it on my baby. I've used it on my dad. And it works for many, many things. And we can go to the next slide. Okay. Melaleuca, which we know most commonly as tea tree, is really good for cleansing and regenerating. Skin blemishes, healthy scalp and hair, apply to feet and toenails, promotes healthy immune systems and healthy immune functions. So Melaleuca, I really like this. If I have something on my body that like a cut or a scratch or something, and it's not doing what it's supposed to and starts getting a little bit funky, I'll put a drop of there on it, or with fraction of coconut oil, and just kind of rub it in and let it go. The day that I got married, the day before I got married, I ended up with a big old lovely, I don't know if we're allowed to say cold sore, but
Thing.
yeah, nasty thing. Yeah, blemish on my lip right here from stress. And I knew since I was 8 years old that was going to happen on my wedding day. And sure enough, it did. And so for 2 days before that, I was putting Melaleuca on it, lavender. And by the time I walked down the aisle that day, I could hardly even see it. And so go Melaleuca for not having that in my wedding picture.
Awesome.
My husband, my soon-to-be husband, was like, "What are you rubbing on your face?" I'm a little bit vain. Okay, I'm sorry. So that was a very big success for me, and why I just keep believing in these oils, because that was very near and dear to my heart. Okay, we can go to the next one.
Your wedding day is a huge event.
It is. Okay, so On Guard is a natural defense. It's energizing and uplifting aroma, immune support, cleanses surfaces, protects against environmental threats. And so, you'll see in this animation over here that the purple squigglies are the On Guard going into the cell membrane, passing the cell membrane. And so when that happens, the On Guard getting into that cell is what causes it to be so effective and allow it to actually help your body from the inside out. It's not covering up your symptoms. It's going to aid in supporting your body in doing what it naturally should be doing anyways. On Guard, I put it in the diffuser. I use it internally. If I don't have my On Guard beadlets, which I always keep them on me, they're a fourth of a drop, and these little bitty beadlets that you can either bust in your mouth or you can swallow. The first time I tried On Guard, I did not like it, but as I got more into this, it is amazing in this house. I have a brother that is in high school, and he's always bringing home something. But I refuse to catch any of it because teenagers are gross as it is. So we will go on to the next one. But that is definitely a must-have in our house. Digestive support. We relieves upset stomach, motion sickness, or nausea. Use at meal times for healthy, comfortable digestion. I have a lot of family members that suffer with poor digestive issues, and this has really helped quite a few of them in this area. When my daughter was younger, I would dilute this, and I dilute this one heavily because it has peppermint in it. Straight peppermint is not suggested for little ones. And if you ever have any questions about that, please contact me or either of these other two lovely ladies here, and we can answer that for you. But I dilute this one heavily for that reason. And I would rub it on her belly because she would get some gas, and it would help her with that majorly. And so that if you do have a little one, I really suggest this one for sure. And then we'll go to the next one. There we go. So muscle and joint support. Apply to tired, aching joints. Use before and after exercise to reduce discomfort. Use for deep tissue massage. This is one of my husband's favorites because he always is having discomfort in his joints, mainly in his knees because he's getting up and down off of a tall trailer all day and being a truck driver. But this oil itself is very strong, and so a little bit goes a very long way. There's also a wonderful lotion that this comes in, and just very like pea-sized amount will go all over your hands or knees or wherever you need it, and it will start to feel better. But a little bit does go a long way when it comes to this one. And so that's another reason why it's so cost effective, because you don't have to use a whole quarter size amount every time that you use it. It's going to last you a while. You go to the next one.
Oh, and don't let us forget to point out that right now, if you join with us, the Deep Blue, you'll actually get the roller ball and what Brooke was talking about, the Deep Blue rub. You'll actually get those for free depending upon the kit that you join with tonight. So I just wanted to point that out.
All right. So we're going to go to the next one. Respiratory support helps lungs and sinuses. Use with diffuser at night for restful sleep. Use for seasonal respiratory discomfort. Okay, so this is also another one. It has peppermint in it, and so if we were to use it around little ones, we'd dilute it heavily. Or if you were to put it in a diffuser. The most common answer that I have heard from people, professionals, medical professionals that I trust very dearly, as long as this is used one drop in a diffuser in a well-ventilated room, it is okay for little ones. So we want to just use it very sparingly because of their little bodies, and we don't need to upset anything that way. But Breathe is really, really awesome. You can put a drop over your lungs. You can put it on the bottom of your feet. I would do that when I was in school as to not disturb anybody else in case I didn't like the smell of it. But Breathe will definitely help to support the respiratory functions and clear some of those pathways for you. And so we'll go to the next one. Balance is the grounding blend. It creates a sense of calm and well-being, promotes balance and whole body relaxation, soothes sore muscles and joints. This has to be probably one of my favorites. I used it all throughout my pregnancy. My husband appreciated it very, very much because it helped keep all of those emotions that I was feeling in check, because I never realized you could feel so many at one time. It gives you more of a sense of peace and just bringing yourself to your center. It's very good. If you just had a stressful day and you just can't get it together until you can just get home and be in your own space and calm down, this helps a lot, in my opinion. And soothes sore joints and muscles for sure. So that's why all of these that we have listed are definitely very useful in your home. And some of them do have the same properties, but it's just really what works for the individual. And so what works for me may not work for you. And so that's why there's so many different oils that we can choose from that could work for everybody. That makes sense. Does that make sense the way I said that?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's so many options. Like when you consider we have 47 or more essential oil singles and 26 blends. That
Right.
is like, can you imagine, if you were to just like have all that as like synthetic pharmaceuticals, like what that would look like? But it's all fantastic in these 15 milliliter bottles. And it's so great to be able to pull from different ones at different times and use them for whatever you might need. I think balance works on everyone. I don't.
I've never had a person that it didn't work for. So.
Like if you think about it, it's got spruce and frankincense and blue tansy. All of those essential oils they're almost like wood oils, and so they've got, if you think about a tree, it's got massive root systems. It's very, very grounding, and it just has such a pleasant aroma. It's just such a wonderful, wonderful smell. I love it. I mean, I'll use it even if I am calm. I don't know, it doesn't bother me any. So, and the cool thing is we have kits that are available that have all of these oils that are in them, so you can get started with everything that we talked about this evening. So let's talk a little bit about how you do get started with essential oils and how you can actually obtain our products. They're not sold in stores. They're not sold on Amazon. They're not supposed to be sold on Amazon. Anything that says doTERRA on Amazon, I can assure you, is not pure. And they're not sold by third-party online companies. It's interesting to point out that you can actually take the cap off of an essential oil bottle and you can use whatever's in there and then refill it, and you can buy a replacement cap that has a little crack seal on it, and you think that you're getting a pure bottle and you're not. doTERRA does not actually allow their products to be sold on Amazon. So just to point that out. So, but let's talk about how you can get the essential oil products into your home. So what we like to offer and how doTERRA likes to set up their products available are through wholesale memberships. And I know that initially a lot of people are really turned off when you mention membership. No one wants to feel like they're being sucked into an MLM or something like that. And it's interesting because while we are an MLM company and we do offer fantastic opportunities and we have changed people's lives in terms of financially and how they're able to grow a business and help people, this company is really truly centered around cooperation, education, learning, support, and growth. That's the reason why their products are sold through wellness advocates like myself and Felissa and Brooke. That's the reason why. You have to remember the essential oils, they're potent, they're powerful, they're concentrated. Given this, if you were to just go to your local health food store and purchase an essential oil, you're not going to know the purity of the product. There's no one there to tell you where they source that plant material from. Most likely you might use it improperly, or you're going to have questions and you're going to need guidance. So that might leave you feeling like, really no therapeutic benefit in the essential oil. I tried it, it didn't work. I bought some at Best Buy and I tried it and it didn't work. That's the reason why our essential oils are sold on a wholesale membership level and sold through us. So as you transition to a more holistic lifestyle, you really need to be mindful in how you join and how you get started in doTERRA. I wish when I joined, somebody could say that to me. And that's why we have the different kits that are set up. Think about some of the needs that you have. There's a reason why most of our kits are set up the way that they are. So when you start, you're going to have questions. You're going to need support. And Brooke and I are here, and Felissa, we're here, to do that and to help you with that. So having access to personal education and resources, it actually gives our doTERRA products real value, use, and meaning. So please don't be turned off by the membership aspect, as it really does have a lot of value. Your membership comes with 25% off of all of your products, and you can actually earn free products and get additional percentage off when you join our loyalty rewards program. So the difference, we've got two. There is a difference between becoming a wellness advocate or a wholesale customer. Both of them come with a 25% off of the retail prices. If you're really looking to make a change in your life and start a business, you would want to join as a wellness advocate. Really, the one difference is it gives you the opportunity to share the oils and have an impact and change people's lives and help them reach their healthy goals as well. So we have some of the little tips and tricks that we talked about in the beginning about ordering. If you order the Lifelong Vitality supplements and you order them through our loyalty rewards program, you have the opportunity of adding on additional supplements that really, when you consider if it's $20 a bottle for our probiotic, that's almost a 50% reduction when you bundle in your order. So this is where really the sweet perks kick in. And the cool thing about it is when you opt in, it's totally customizable subscription. You can change it every month to whatever it is that you might need to do. So it's really the smartest way to buy, and you will actually earn points back for free product. I can tell you, I've had months where it's like, you know what, I'm gonna dip into my points because I need to stock up. I think right now I've got something like 314 points or something like that. So every time I do my monthly order, I get, I'm at 30%. So when you start, and this is also important to keep in mind as well, and we'll go over this on the kits, some of the kits that you start at will actually set your loyalty rewards percentage higher than starting at 10%. And so we'll go on that, for each slide. So you also get the opportunity to get a free product. We have a free product of the month every month. And if you order before the 15th and your order is 125 PV, so for the oils, that's roughly $1, $2 on some of the supplements. It's a little bit different, but you'll actually get a free product. So right now it's the DigestZen. So it's, you can actually kind of make a little bit of wish list, like, oh, do I want to pick up that second diffuser? Am I really interested in maybe doing some of the skincare line? It gives you an opportunity to actually replace a lot of the products in your home that you might go to the grocery store for. I've replaced my laundry detergent, all of my supplements, my skincare, my hair care, and I don't even really think I actually buy the oils anymore, because by replacing the toxic products that I would buy at the grocery store and have them shipped to my home. Oh, and by the way, I get the shipping back in points as well. I can actually get that bottle of frankincense. I don't even have to pay for it. And I've actually been able to build up my essential oil collection by transitioning my lifestyle and taking advantage of the loyalty rewards program. I'm sure Brooke can totally tell you what she adds to that as well with little ones.
I'm pretty much in the same way. And what she meant by she doesn't even purchase oils anymore is that she uses her points for them. And so why would you not do that? So I have transformed my household. I use my cleaner, my laundry detergent, my hair care, everything that Hope listed to care for my family. And then I use my points for my oils. And it's absolutely wonderful that way. And my husband appreciates it as well. Instead of me buying my frankincense, I use my points. So, yeah, it's definitely the most worthwhile program that I have seen. And my generation is very MLM based, and everyone's trying to sell you something, and there's always a trick to it. But I have yet to ever see one with this, and our company is so transparent that I really don't ever think there will be.
Yeah, that's really true. I mean, when you consider like everything, they don't have to offer you the opportunity to get your shipping back in points. I mean, shipping, that does nothing for doTERRA, but they offer that back to you in points that you can use towards free product. That's pretty cool. I don't know of anyone else that does that. So let's talk a little bit about the kits that we have. And we would really encourage you guys to, get in touch with one of us, and we can actually go in depth with what's in the different kits. It might be based upon, your level of interest in really being serious about a holistic lifestyle. When you take a look at our diamond kit, don't be put off by the price, because it actually retails a lot higher than that. And it's actually ends up being more than the wholesale, because they bundle the products together and you save an additional $794. But I can tell you, if you're really serious about transitioning to a holistic lifestyle, I think I've probably purchased the diamond kit. I started with one of the other kits, and I'm pretty sure had I just done the diamond kit, I would have got there a lot faster, because I know once I got my kit in the that I received, I was purchasing, and I was, right up there with I had all the products. So I should have started with diamond. And actually, my husband was watching me put together the slides, and he's like, "Did you start with the diamond kit?" I'm like, "No, babe, I didn't." And I don't know if he like he was trying to catch me, or if maybe he thinks like maybe you should have. I didn't want to go deeper with the conversation. So it's pretty cool. One thing to look at. The Every Oil kit is really great if you just want to start with the oils. It has a diffuser, fractionated coconut oil, and it's also great to use if you wanted to get into doing this as a business and really talking about the essential oils. So now I also want to point out as well, when I talked about the loyalty rewards program, and it goes from 10 to 30%. If you take a look at the diamond kit, it actually starts you off with 400 product credits. So you will earn those credits for the following month that you join when you do your loyalty rewards program, and it'll start you off at 20% of the loyalty rewards points back. So versus starting with a smaller kit at 10%, it'll actually start you off at 25%. Same thing with the Every Oil kit. When you do a loyalty reward point the first month after you join, you're going to have 200 product credits, and you're going to start off at 20%. One of our most popular kits, and the kit that I actually joined with, is the one down at the bottom. It's called our Natural Solutions kit. It has a fantastic array of products, and when I joined, it didn't have the Lifelong Vitality supplements, but it now does. So you've got all the most popular oils, a box to carry them in, our supplements, our On Guard products, our toothpaste, our hand wash, as well as our hair care, and our Deep Blue products as well. It's probably by far one of the best ways to join. You're going to get the wholesale price for the products, but by bundling them together, you're going to save an additional $220. I would probably say, and Brooke can probably, echo this, most of my clients that join with me, they're really, really serious. They actually find a lot of value in this kit, and this is one of the most popular kits that they join with. Mm-hmm. So here's a bigger breakout of the Natural Solutions kit. It has our past tense. It has lavender, lemon, peppermint, On Guard, frankincense, melaleuca, wild orange, balance, digest, zen, aroma touch, serenity, and breathe. If you were to just stop there, this is an amazing kit. Before you even take a look at the beadlets, the toothpaste, the supplements, and everything else that goes with it. It's actually one of the better kits. We also have another popular kit, which is our Home Essentials kit. This has all of the top oils and a little bit more. We didn't talk about oregano, but it also has oregano, as well as a petal diffuser. This is a great kit to get started with, and bundling all of these items, you're going to save $86. We have, along with that as well, our Family Essentials kit, our Family Wellness kit. This kit is a pretty cool kit. I just want to point out a few things. Not only does it have our supplements for the adults, it has our supplements for the children, but if you look at the picture, all of the essential oils are in our Roller Touch roller ball. So if you're new to the essential oil world and you're not sure that you want to diffuse, or maybe you want to do more than diffuse, this is a great way to get started, especially if you want to use topically. They're pre-diluted, they're safe for adults and kids. You can put them in your purse. It's another real popular one. I do have a lot of customers that are really, really interested in that kit as well. And then we also have our Aroma Touch Diffuse. There's one other kit on here, which is our emotional aromatherapy that I couldn't fit on the slide. So I guess what I want to point out is we've got a fantastic array of options that we can talk to you about depending upon, you know, what your needs are to be able to get you started. And of course, you can always do different add-ons to your order: veggie caps, fractionated coconut oil, a second diffuser. And then, like we had talked about, our deep blue right now. So most of the kits that you pick from, if it's anything that's 200 in PV or higher, you will actually automatically get these 2 free deep blue products. This goes away on April 15th. So if it's something that you're thinking about, get in touch with us, because things get crazy, life happens, and if you forget on the 16th, we won't be able to get you the special, and you don't want to miss it. You can, I mean, I'm never without my deep blue. I use it to help support you know, any stress or tension in my back. It's great if you're a runner and you've got that muscle fatigue. It is just a fantastic product. So I talk. So I guess our question is tonight, are you guys ready to get started? And you know, what kit you should be. You should be. I wish I had gotten started a long time ago. So please reach out to Brooke or myself and let us do a one-on-one and talk to you about, you know, what some of your natural solutions are that you're looking for. I'm just going to take a quick look on the Facebook page here because we did live stream this, and I'm just curious if we've had anyone that's had any questions and is reaching out to us. Phyllis has been manning our Facebook page, so and check our Q&A. So if anyone wants to, you know, ask us any questions, now is the time, because we are here to help you guys get started. So I'm really glad that you guys could join us tonight. We can help you guys host a class as well, whether it's locally or if you are have a group of friends that you want to get together and do like a private. I'm really glad that you as well. So reach out to one of us so that we can set that up for you also. And then I just want to plug it again. If you guys are interested in building a business and you're really interested by the integrity of company and what they do, and you're interested in joining them and changing people's lives, reach out to us because we can definitely help you with that as well. So that's about it. I'm so glad that everyone could join us. Thank you. And
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, you guys. I really, really appreciate it. We are going to go ahead and we are going to end our live stream, and we'll talk with you guys soon.